Hi everyone. So I have something that's been bothering me for a couple of days now. And the way I think the first question to ask is why do most people live their life thinking of what others think about them? I mean, because the funny thing is, imagine living your life thinking or being scared of what people think about you when at the end of the day, those people you think are actually watching you are also watching and thinking about the people that you think are watching them. It's an old train of messed up mentality. And this has caused so much damages in our lives today. Hi, everyone. Good day. How are we doing today? Welcome to Mind Over Matter, where nothing else matters more than your mental health. I remain my humble self, your host, Shalabumi Taiwo, also known as Mojir Fate. Welcome to another edition of Mind Over Matter. Unless I forget, welcome to the second half of the year. Thank God you made it. Oh, yeah. I also want to take this moment to sympathize with the people we lost through the bad security system of the country, maybe due to health diseases or due to some even lose their lives due to financial status. Why? Because of the economy of the country right now. I mean, it's a whole lot of it's a whole lot of different forms of pressure on people. That is why we really need to be very careful and intentional about our mental health these days. Anything that's going to cost you your mental health, the advice I will give you that I always do, please cut it off. It don't matter who, it don't matter what. It doesn't even matter the job. Yeah, okay, fine. I don't want to sound too extreme, but the truth is, at the end of the day, when you keep living your life for others to keep pleasing each other, keep to try to keep pleasing people, you find out that at the end of the day, you just realize it seems like you're never good enough for anything. And before you know it, you're living a life that is almost not worth living. And the worst kind of life you want to live is when you're in your, excuse my word, deathbed filled with regrets. What if I did this? What if I was bold enough to do this? What if I was brave enough to do this without being scared of, societal judgment and all of that? Because most people live their life to conform to society. Um, According to what I read, as far back as, long back ago, long back, I can't remember the dates. I don't want to say what I'm not sure of, but the moment people feel rejected, it leads automatically to death straight. There's no in between. But these days, it's not like these days it actually still leads to death. But the only difference is it's a process. Before you know it, some people, because they are not satisfied with their lives, then maybe some. And one common thing these days is online bans, online um, criticism, people not knowing what you're going through behind the door. We all need to learn to be good to people. We all need to learn to be kind to people because we don't know what people are going through. Now, back to our main topic on ground. Imagine living your life for someone who doesn't even think about you, but you think they're thinking about you all the time. I'm sorry, it's not supposed to be funny, but I mean, it's just cliche. Like, why would you pause or intentionally hold on to your purpose in life or what you're meant to do, all because you're scared of, societal judgment, criticism, and all of that? Not even knowing that the people you're scared of being criticized by don't even have their lives together. You know why? Also because of the same trend of them also trying to conform to um, a society and also thinking of what others are saying about them. That's why the graveyard is the richest place because so many people just die with so many talents and so many purposes. And these days, the rate of and the painful part is the rate of suicide these days is really really alarming. And one of the common factors of this thing because people are not comfortable. People always want to conform to society. And the moment they feel overwhelmed about living for other people, depression sets in. And of course, we know most of the definite outcome of depression, especially when you don't get therapy or you don't find someone to talk to. It all ends up in suicide. But one thing you need to know, most people aren't even thinking about you. Everybody has what they're dealing with. Everybody has their personal problems. Everybody has their personal goals and vision in life. Not everybody is thinking about you. In short, most people are not even thinking about you because, let's be honest, a lot of people don't even care. They don't even care about you. Most people are just there. Yeah, we think maybe sometimes we tend to, should I use the word belittle ourselves because we think we're not good enough. And one of the main factors of us feeling we're not good enough is only because we are scared of what people will think. And who are these people? Mostly they don't even exist because everybody's thinking about their life. Everybody wants to grow. Everybody wants to have a good life worth living. And while you think they're focusing on you, they're actually focusing on getting better with their own lives. We need to learn and adopt the mentality of, this is my life. We only have one life to live. Do whatever it is that you need to do, what you are meant to do, what you were born to do, why you were on earth to do. I mean, live to the fulfillment of your purpose. You know why? At the end of the day, the world will adjust. Just keep doing you. That's one thing we really need to. That's one motto we really need to adapt. And another thing is, the cost of approval for the cost of living for approval. Why would you want to over impress people who don't even care about you? For example, okay, let's take Lagos for example. Because you want to, because you're scared of what people think about you. That maybe so many people, they have this belief or motive about, if you're staying on the island, you're the big thing, you're the hot thing happening because you are financially stable, while the people on the mainland are what supposedly not as financially stable as the ones on the island. But guess what? There are so many people that live in the life where they go out of their way to live a life they cannot even afford. Then at the end of the day, when it gets to a point where they cannot take it anymore, what happens? Everybody start getting sad, and most people start doing things that they're not even, supposed to do. They go out of their way just because they want to meet up to whose expectation? Mostly no one. So that is why we really need to know that one of our strongest weapons is having a stable mindset. We really need to emphasize on this mental health issue because I have come to realize so many people don't live a life worth living, or they don't fulfill their purpose or destiny in life because why? They don't focus. They don't even pay attention to their mental health. Yeah, especially in Lagos, most people, even when you're going through depression or something, they tell you that there is no time, that you don't have time to mourn. Maybe when you lost a loved ones, they give you this impression that, we move. You lost a job, we move. You don't have this, we move. People do not even take the time to process their feeling. They don't process their feeling. They hide it in. And when you keep, bottling up your feelings and, you keep hurting and killing yourself inside, at the end of the day, you're not going to achieve anything. You know why? Because your mind is all clouded up with things that you should have done, then most people would end up, would have, could have, should have. Why would you want to subject your life to that? So here is just me coming to you this day with this short message. So please learn to adopt the mentality of, this is your life. You have only one life and you're living your life for you. As long as you're not hurting anybody, do what makes you happy. Forget what others think. Because even most times, like I said earlier, most times there are not even others that you think are watching you. Now, even if there are some that you think are watching you, those ones are also busy watching people and what they will say about them. The chain never ends. So at the end of the day, you see why you are all that matters. I mean, you are your first priority. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mental health. When you have a very clear mindset, there is nothing you cannot achieve. Especially when you're someone who doesn't even care about what others think. Your mind is clear, your goals are set, your vision is clear. Watch yourself being unstoppable. Here is one thought I'm going to leave you with. The day you realize that people are going to judge you in any way you live, no matter your lifestyle, the day you people are going to judge you or not, and you stop caring about that, that is the day you have gained your freedom. Your mental freedom is your strongest strength. Because when you put your mindset, or rather, when you have a mindset based on the fact that you're living this life and you have to, do these things because you don't want this person to look down on you or because you think everybody is watching you, that is when you are setting yourself up for doom. Excuse my language. But I mean, let's call a spade a spade. Most times, nobody achieve, people who are scared to live their full life the way they want to, their full potentials, most of them never end up being groundbreaking presence. They don't achieve anything. They don't achieve anything. That's true. That's the bitter truth. So I hope this short message is able to help us in one of few ways. Hopefully, I pray and I hope. Of course, I believe it's going to help. It has been helpful so far. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with, your mind is your prison or your freedom. It all depends on which you choose to live by. This is Mind Over Matter. I am signing out. Until we meet again next time on our pep talk. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, engage, share with your loved ones. I mean, this is a channel that is suitable for everyone. I mean, literally my target audience is everyone, and that is why we have the core values of Mind Over Matter is it has to be educative, informative, and most especially entertaining. I mean, we have to spice things up. Life is stressful already enough.